we do what we do in the first place. So this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to just call you one after the other, and then you can just tell us your business testimonial. So you will go in this format: your name, your country, what you do, and then your testimonial in please 1 minute, so that we don't take too much time. Thank you very much. So I have asked you to unmute Stephen Wilson from Ghana. Please accept to unmute and then tell us your name, where you're from, what you do, and your business testimonial for the week.
Hi, Africa. My name is Stephen Wilson from Ghana, and I am holding my microphone this way because it's raining heavily as we speak. I don't know if you're hearing me. The A.Y.E is an infectious platform. One thing that made me join this program is when I listened to the president, I can see God in him, and that is what I believe in. And this has been infecting my business. Let me put it that way. From the day I joined, last week I shared a testimony. There is another one that followed just this week with the Ukraine and the Russia war. Attention had been driven from wheat flour to cassava flour, and my business is enjoying that what should I say, favor across the continent and beyond. I've had 2 major leads that has turned into contracts over $1 million just this week. And I think it's because I was at the right place at the right time. I joined the A.Y.E this year, and things have started changing tremendously. I want to return every glory to God and then the A.Y.E organization. Thank you.
Well, we are happy for you. We're excited about the success that you have made, and we wish you so many more success in your business. Up next, it would be Segovatso. Thank you so much. You can unmute yourself. Let me help you do that real quick. So you can unmute. You can unmute right now. Tell us your name, where you're from, what you do, and in 1 minute, please, your business testimonial. We can't hear you for some weird reason. I'm not sure, and I see you have unmuted. So maybe you check your audio. Check your audio just to be sure. I have asked you to unmute again. Please try again. It's still not working. I'm not sure why. I really do hope you find a way to figure your audio out. I am interested in hearing your business testimonial. I earlier saw 3 hands up. I can't find the 3rd hand, but let's see if, no, you're still not coming out. Okay. Let's try again. Okay, I think he's having trouble with his audio. Maybe you can just drop your testimonial in the chat box so the rest of us can see it and know what your testimonial is, so we can, of course, know how you made such success, and we can celebrate with you as well. So finally, anybody else that has a business testimonial, please just quickly raise your hand. I really literally saw 3 hands up earlier, and I can't find the 3rd person. It's funny, but I want to make sure that I do not skip anybody just before we move to the business of the day. So I'm going to do a quick countdown just to be sure that we are all set for the message. I'm going to start from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. The moment we have all been waiting for. It is time to hear the message of the day. Now, when I saw this message, I don't know what it is with me and series. I just feel like it's deeper when it continues. We don't have to rush it. We don't finish it this week. We're definitely going to start with it next week or in 3 weeks. When I heard it was a series, I was like, Mr. President has done it again. And I was super excited. And I am excited because I know that you're going to learn so much. You're going to grow from just listening to this message today. And there is none other to deliver this message than the man. What word would I use to describe Mr. President right now? A man whose brain has so much content that sometimes I think he asks himself that what do I do or how do I calm this content down so at least it doesn't run him crazy, it doesn't run him mad. We don't want him to run mad actually. So we do really hope that he dishes out this content every week so that at least it relieves him a little. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the president and founder, Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, the largest entrepreneurship network in Africa, Dr. Sumi Smart Francis. Mr. President, you're still muted, I think. Yes.
Hi, can you hear me now, Miriam?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good day, everyone. Good afternoon and good evening, good morning to entrepreneurs all across the world. So happy to be among you guys this evening. I'm so excited. And let's start with this story. Before King Ahmed of Ottoman went to war, he locked his wife, his beautiful queen, in a private room and gave the key to his best friend, Musa, and said, "If I'm not back in 4 days, she's all yours." He climbed on his horse and gallops off towards the battlefield. Half an hour later, the king noticed a cloud of dust behind him. He stopped and saw his friend galloping very fast towards him. "What's wrong?" asked the king. "I just left you a few hours ago." Out of his breath, Musa, breathing very heavily, replied the king and said, "You gave me the wrong keys." Can you imagine? Musa could not even wait for 4 days. He had tried the keys. So, with stories like this, how then do we invest in people? How then do we invest in relationships where there are people out there that will not even wait 4 days for you to be gone? They will try the key immediately because they are wishing death upon you. And they are ready to take over everything that you have, including your beautiful wife or business. African entrepreneurs, this evening, African time, I'm going to be speaking to us about social investment. It has its risk, as you can hear from the story of King Ahmed. But also, like every other investment, it's got its own returns. It's got its own reward. And that's why I will be sharing with you on the first week in this series about the risk and the returns of social investment. Now, what is social investment, you may ask me? You know, financially, it means different things, you know. Socially and responsible investment can be called social investment. So in economics and in finance, it has its own meaning. But generally, what is social investment? And that's what I will be anchoring our series on. Social investment, as simple as it sounds, is investing in people. Investing in people. King Ahmed of Ottoman must have invested so much in Musa. And he said to himself, you know, I can trust you with my wife because of the number of investments he's made. But even before a day, he encountered the risk of social investment. Do you need to? Do you have to? Is it important as an entrepreneur, as an African? Yes, it's very important. Africans and African entrepreneurs, especially those of us with the entrepreneurial mindset, the journey of entrepreneurship gets so much into us that we forget to even invest in our social angle, in our social networks. We forget totally about the people that matters because we are overtaken by our entrepreneurial drive. And we have to be careful who we invest in as well. Because as we go ahead in this series, you would understand that social investment doesn't come cheap. It can be expensive. You know, it's going to cost you physically, emotionally, and even financially. You know, when we get to the series on our third week, where I'll be speaking to you guys about how to grow your social network, you would understand what I mean, that it doesn't come cheap. So that's the more reason why you've got to be very careful who you choose to invest in. And from this series, I hope and I pray you don't miss a week out of it, because they're very sensitive information that you need, especially knowing the right people to invest in. Because if you keep going, you might just be another King Ahmed, and you would encounter one of the risks of social investment. You also have to know when to invest. I'm making sure I'm checking my time occasionally so I don't talk over time. Since this is a series, we can break it into different sessions. When do I invest? Very, very important. You know, most people do not know this, but I would say to you, African entrepreneurs, the best time for any social investment, or to invest in relationships, in this case, is when people are vulnerable. That's the best time. Now, what do I mean by vulnerable? Vulnerability is the exposure to failure, to pain, when people are afraid, the uncertainty, the unknown, and at every point in time, everybody is vulnerable. If you wish me a happy birthday on my birthday, and you think that's a social investment, I laugh at you, because I've got thousands other messages that come on the same day. If you follow the LinkedIn reminder of happy work anniversary, I've got tens of thousands of that. So if you are investing in people's lives in those times, is that really social investment? You got to know that you invest in people as if you're investing in business. Like I said to you earlier, it costs money. It costs time. There's resources. So these things doesn't come cheap. And the same way business is, you've got to nurture it, and somebody's going to feel it, because you cannot fake it. You cannot fake it. Relationship, social relationship and social investment, it's built based on empathy and care. So you can't fake those things. And that's when it makes sense. So like I was saying, if you join the multitude to wish Miriam a happy birthday once in a year, or you join her to wish her happy work anniversary because LinkedIn reminded you, or even because Facebook reminded you happy wedding anniversary, then that's not investment, because that person cannot feel it. That's not the right time. But when Miriam told you that I'm going for a job interview in August, and you decide to do what I call relationship intelligence, accumulation of data for future use, you put that date in your own calendar. Paul told you that my son's 10th birthday is in June, just because you were having coffee. And because of your relationship intelligence, you have accumulated that data into your own calendar. And 2 days before the interview, you say to Miriam, how are you, Miriam? How are you preparing for your job interview? She's vulnerable already. She doesn't know what to believe in. She doesn't know what to expect in that job. And she got that message from you, something she told you 6 months ago. That is a good social investment. When you invest in people, when they are vulnerable, you should expect a higher return on investment. When Paul gets that message, that how is David, your son, doing? I know it's his birthday tomorrow, and I just sent you $100 to get him a birthday cake for me. Remember to kiss that young man for me. You have won a huge stake in Paul's heart, because out of his mind or his imagination, he can never believe that you have gathered what I call relationship intelligence in the past to use for the future. African entrepreneurs, do you know that buying a stake or investing in a Dangote right now, like many of you would chase, might be a wrong investment? Do you know that buying a stake, a relationship stake, an investment stake in Patrice Motsepe might be a wrong investment? Will you be shocked if I tell you that making friends with Mark Zuckerberg today might not be that useful? Are you surprised? Yes, because the best friend to make friendship with Dangote is 30-something years ago. The best time to make friends with Mark Zuckerberg is about 20 or 15 years ago. That is why I would never, for any reason, underestimate gatherings like this. I would never underestimate relationships like this. Because if I buy stakes in Francis from Liberia's heart, or from Selam in Ethiopia, or Richard in Ghana, or Fodesila in Sierra Leone, now, it is very possible you will remember me very well in the future. If you make friends with a Dangote today, I can tell you, you will hardly make it even to his contact list. Do not expect him to wish you a happy birthday. There's a ton of people that is trying to apply for that stake, that investment. And because there's a lot of people, what they get most is requests, so they don't even cater for those level of friendship anymore. Let me shock you. Most billionaires have made their friends in the past. So what am I trying to tell you guys? Invest now. Invest right. Because if you do that now with the right people, remember and take note of the word right people. If you've got to invest, then you've got to invest proper. Because as I said earlier, this thing doesn't cost, it doesn't come cheap. You find somebody on the way up. You know, people say, how do I know? You are too intelligent not to see that people are going up. We all know it. We can see, human being, we cannot deceive ourselves. If you look at your friends, your network, your high school mates, people in your gathering, on this network, in this charter, in this assembly, you can see those of us that are going up. We are going up. No, it might only take time, but we are going up. So the fact that I know Tekufatso, or I know Michael from Ghana, or Bubakar, these guys can never say they don't know me. And you know what? I am investing in them now. When I send Frederick's work in Uganda and I decide to share it on my platform, I decide to celebrate him, I decide to promote him, it's easy for Frederick to remember me than if I decide to send a gift of happy birthday to a Dangote. Do you understand how to make the right investment with cheaper money? The same amount of money you will use for a Patrice Motsepe or for any billionaire in Africa, if you take half of that amount of money or time and invest to a brother or a sister going up, you have bought a much bigger chunk of relationship investment in that person's life. African entrepreneurs, am I making sense to you? Now, I said to you, do not invest in a nobody. Invest in a somebody. Somebody who has the ability to transform or make something out of life. Do not get me wrong. My somebody is not somebody who is rich, successful, but somebody with the tendency and the ability to make a difference. And like I said to you earlier, open your eyes, open your ears. You would see they are all around you. For people to gather together here in this network, in this assembly, you cannot tell me that these guys do not have the tendency to succeed. These are people who have sacrificed their time for positive atmosphere and positive relationship. They have sacrificed their time for knowledge. And you are telling me that you are underestimating anyone in this gathering? African entrepreneurs, make the right friends and invest right. Now, today is the risk and the reward. And the way we have broken down this series, I have broken it in such a way that when I take the next topic, like next week, we are taking, where are my friends? And that is where we'll be seeing some of the risk of social investment. Number one, forgetfulness. People forget. You might invest in people and they've forgotten. They don't remember. They get to a stage and they believe it's my own doing. The painful thing about mankind is they tend to glorify their efforts and nullify the efforts of the situation or circumstances that got them there. African entrepreneurs, that's one of the risks. You might find a lot of people around you that would forget. They could be your colleagues, your partners, your employees, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, they forget. That's one of the risks. And that's why you must know who to invest in. When we get to week 3, you would understand that, no, I must be very sure of which of my staff or my employees do I need to invest to. Which of my friends do I need to invest to or invest on? Because you don't also want to carry those with so much risk. What's the second thing there? When they forget, then there's ungratefulness. Some people don't appreciate. They don't just see, they don't just understand. And most of the people who are ungrateful about social investment are usually the kind of people that don't give social investment. So when you go out of your way to communicate to somebody, how are you today? How are you feeling today? Out of concern and empathy. Or you buy a gift. See, most people who don't appreciate gifts are people who don't buy gifts. And people will say, it's not the gift that matters, it's the thought. Let me tell you something. The thought will justify the kind of gifts that you buy. So if somebody buys you something ridiculous, then maybe that person sees you as a ridiculous person. So sometimes it's even better not to buy at all, because some gifts will create anger. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Imagine if somebody buys you something and you're like, what is this? What? You know, he was trying to buy you something and that gift itself has caused an issue. So rather not buy. But even before you buy, put the thoughts in the gifts. African entrepreneurs, be generous enough to put your thoughts in the gift. Go out of your way to get something that justifies that kind of a person. Find a way to transfer your thoughts into that gift. So ungratefulness, as I was saying, is one of those signs. I'm taking my time again just to be sure. What else as I run quickly? Betrayal. I started with a story of somebody that entrusted his friend so much and said, 4 days, if I'm not back, take over my wife. He jumped on his horse. And a few hours later, the friend has gone to open the door. Betrayal would happen. You invest so much in people's lives. You invest so much in people's career. You invest so much in people's growth, and they will still, or they might still betray you. African entrepreneurs, wrong investment is the last risk. Like I made to you earlier, you are taking all your investments and you are thinking, no, I need this billionaire in my country. I need this attention. I'm going to buy him gifts today. I'm going to send his wife flowers. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. That guy is getting tons of that every birthday. Glory be to God if he remembers you. You're forgetting the people around you. You're forgetting the people close to you. You're underestimating the people around you. You see, I traveled recently and I was with some people that I invested so much in. And guess what? These people are between the age of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The highest among them was about 12-year-old. And I made things like, you're the best uncle in the world. I love you, my uncle. You're the best uncle. I can't do without you. You know, all of them just saying so many things. When I entered into my flight, they were checking on me. They were sending me messages. And something came to my mind. Some of your best investment could even be in your nieces and nephews. Those folks are extremely young. It costs you nothing to buy that toy or to take them out to that vacation or to just play around with them. They will remember those moments. And the moment that young folk, that 14-year-old boy is controlling the Microsoft, all you have to do is give him orders. All you have to do is tell him, hey, John, it's me, your uncle. I'm sending somebody here to you. Do it. The president of your country has somebody like that. What kind of an uncle are you? What kind of an auntie are you? Those investments that are even people around, you are underestimating them because that boy is busy working on his feet in your community today. You are looking at that same boy. You don't know that if that is the next money of your country, the biggest footballer in your country, the guy who's going to be the highest paid guy in that your country because it's on that street rolling tires and running naked. You cannot for one day and say, hey, I brought you this street. Or sit down, guys. Let me read you a story. African entrepreneurs, if you make the wrong investments, then that's one of your biggest risks. What are the rewards? I'm going to run through it. You see, with the reward, like every other investment, there's always return on investment. Everybody or most people usually want to return the gesture. So somehow they owe you back. Somehow they owe you that kindness. They owe you that social investment that you've made in their lives. Quickly, I want to run through it. Secondly, they would always recommend you. Every right investment you make is a possible future recommendation for yourself. They will remember you anytime that good is mentioned. Now, your social capital will, of course, will begin to grow. And once you have that huge social capital, you can always harvest it at any time. Like I said to you, you calling that niece of yours and say, hey, do this or do that. And, so many other things you can always harvest from your social capital. And lastly, there'll be loyalty friendship, loyalty relationship, loyalty employees, loyalty partners that will run your entrepreneurial journey. African entrepreneurs, this is a series where we're going to flesh out many things on social investment. Next week, I'll be talking to you about who are your friends or where are my friends? Where are my friends? You begin to wonder, has that happened to you? That you're wondering, I've done so much, I've achieved so much in my life, but where's everybody? They are there. They are there. You wait for next week. I will talk to you about how to grow your network. I'll talk to you about how to give what you don't have. I'll leave you with this, that yes, there are risks, but the reward of social investment is the cheapest and is the safest form of investment you can make as a businessman or woman, because the reward can never be quantified. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Oh, okay. You see why I love series, right? I love the suspense at the end. I know it's not done. I know there is so much more to expect. So I really love that I have to, look forward to another amazing, impactful sessions next week. Ensure that you don't miss it. A lot of things Mr. President has said. I don't want to go over it yet because I want to hear from you. So we're going to take just two people. So I ensure that you raise your hand real quick. Okay? What have you learned today and how has this message touched you? Remember, it is a series. Next week, it continues. A subtopic that you would absolutely learn from. But for today, Mr. President has said a lot of things. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I would have said one or two things, but I really want to hear from you first. So as quickly as you can, raise your hand What have you learned and how has this message touched you today? The risk of social investment, the risk and the reward. So let me quickly start with Richard from Ghana. Richard, I have asked you to unmute. Please unmute yourself and then tell us, please, in 1 minute, what have you learned today and how has this touched you?
Thank you, everyone, and good evening. I have learned a lot this evening. I have learned that I need to invest in the people, in the right people, and the people very close to me or around me. Miriam, let me share with you. The man through whom I have become part of this assembly is right here on this assembly, and he has done a lot for me, even in terms of my business. When I started, he had mentored me and had brought me, and I need to make sure that that investment do not go waste. I have also learned that ungratefulness is one of the risk that comes along with it, and so I have to put it at the back of my mind that even if I'm going to also invest in somebody else, I have to have it in mind that even if I do and the person do not appreciate it, I have to take it as part of the risk, but not to deter me from helping others. Thanks, Mr. President, for this wonderful message this evening.
Thank you very much for sharing. Let me quickly speak with Fode. Fode, please unmute yourself. I've asked you to unmute as well. Unmute in 1 minute. Tell us how this message has touched you today. In 1 minute, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, Marianne. Firstly, I want to say thank you to Mr. President for a very inspiring statement series. Firstly, I see the reason why A.Y.E is investing a lot, because now I understand why Mr. President is spending a lot for this network and for this initiative, because it's a social investment, giving us all platform across Africa to be able to interact, to be able to collaborate, to be able to drive the agenda of in addressing Africa. And what I like about it is he spoke about 4 things in terms of benefits. That has to do with the return on investment. It has to do with future recommendation, increased social capital and loyalty, of which I believe we will pay back A.Y.E based on the investment the president has done. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
This is exciting. Thank you so much. And I'm glad you did learn something. Happy Pitso, please unmute yourself. I've asked you to unmute as well. Tell us your name, where you're from, and how this message has touched you in 1 minute.
Good evening, afternoon, everybody. My name is Happy Pitso. I'm from South Africa, and I'm in the humanities industry. I always learned so much from the president, and today's message was very powerful because it gave me a minute to go introspect. It gave me a task to go introspect my social circle. And what I learned today, he said, invest in people as you do in business. And when you look at the investments that you do in business requires money, requires time, requires resources. The same goes with friendships, and the same goes with people that are around you. So I think that's the biggest take for me that I need to go and introspect on. Thank you, Mr. President.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Francis from Liberia, I've asked you to unmute as well. Please unmute. Tell us your name, where you're from, and in 1 minute, how this message has touched you.
Yeah, thank you all so much, Marianne. I'm glad to be here, and I'm so much grateful that today I'm part of the platform. And today's message from the president was very much impactful in my life, because I know knew the importance of social investment. I know I need the returns, I know I need the risks. But I have little ideas on the risks, because when it comes to ungratefulness, when it comes to betrayals, that which I know and I've been ready about the benefit, that is the return in terms of recommendation, other what the president just mentions. I know really had full ideas about it, but I think it putting me back in my drawing board to be able to put and redesign my life and be able to know who to invest in, how to invest, and how to really invest in social investment. That's very key to my life from today upward. So I learned a lot, and thanks so much for the president for that brilliant message.
Awesome. We're so glad. So glad that you have learned. Okay, let's quickly talk to Bonfils Sabata. Please unmute yourself. I've asked you to unmute as well. Remember, you have 1 minute. Please make it as short as possible. What have you learned today, and how's this message touched you?
Hi, everybody. This was my first time actually attending the session, so I'm really glad I did. I think I think one of the biggest things I learned, especially as a student, that it's so, well, I guess it's more conventional to go and want to be with the established businesses and the big people, but it's really important to invest across and not necessarily upwards. But another thing that I really enjoyed is I think networking, well, the term networking is a term that today is loosely used. And today, I think the president's approach really made me understand why networking is truly, truly important at its most authentic level. So, yeah.
All right, I'm so glad that you did learn. Let me quickly speak with Mahmoud. Mahmoud, I've asked you to unmute. Please unmute and tell us your name, where you're from, and in 1 minute, how has this message touched you today?
Thank you, Mariam. My name is Mahmoud Diba. I'm from Liberia. I must commend our hard-working president today. He spoke a lot. He touched on something that I have encountered in my journey of entrepreneurship, the issue of choosing or investing in the wrong people. I had an issue when I was establishing my own tech institution. I trusted some people that right now I'm even facing the backdrop that I have to leave my other work in order to come back on the field and see how to straighten up things. The president spoke well, and his advices was very, very helpful. And I will build on that in order to move my institution forward also. Thank you,
Thank you. I'm super glad that you're here and you learned something as well. Emmanuelson, please, I've asked you to unmute. Please unmute. Tell us your name, where you're from, and what you have learned today in 1 minute.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Emmanuelson Samuel. I am from Nigeria. I'm actually on transit right now, and this is my first time here. So for you can actually get a video right now. Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. President. I listened very, very, very attentively to your message, and it was very inspiring. In fact, when you were speaking, it was as though one of somebody I've been looking for to see these things to African entrepreneurs just emerged, and I look forward to having more time in this meeting. One of my take homes from what you said is that about relationship capital. It is safe to see that whatever it is currency can give you, relationship can give you the equivalent. If you can, find those people you would invest in, and then eventually reap the reward of your investment afterwards. So thank you so much, Mr. President. I am so, so happy and delighted to be here. Thank you, everyone.
We're happy to have you. Thank you for joining. I was so glad to. And finally, Michael from Ghana, please unmute yourself. Tell us your name in 1 minute, what you have learned, and of course, how it has touched you today.
Okay, good evening to you all. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President, for a wonderful message being delivered to us. But one thing I've learned this evening is, it is not about the wealth, it's not about the money you have at your disposal, but what I've learned is the best thing you have to do is to invest in people. That is what defines today's topic. The best legacy that we have to do as entrepreneurs. What we have to do now is to invest in people. If we invest in people, it will become a legacy for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Michael. And we really do appreciate the fact that you turned on your camera regardless. Thank you for doing that. It was really nice seeing your face. Okay, so right now I'm so glad that we have learned. And this is just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. This will go on until the last Saturday of this month. And I'm sure by next month, Mr. President's mind will bloof again and we get something more to come. So ensure that you do not miss any of these meetings. Right now, another segment that we absolutely wait for is where we get to, get to the back and forth thing. We get into rooms and we talk about stuff. But today, we're going to be discussing the risks that you must have taken while trying to invest or in your business and some of the rewards. That is what we're going to be discussing in our breakout rooms today. This is so exciting. I cannot wait to just eavesdrop in some of the rooms and pop in and out and hear some of the crazy risks African entrepreneurs are taking in your business and the amazing rewards that you're getting as well. So as I speak, the rooms are being created from 1 to 7 and it will pop up right on your screen and you can just join and you can join the room. And as you do so, once you get in there, there'll be a moderator and then they'll just, start the conversation with you. We have a couple of minutes to be in the room. So ensure that you are, ready to join in the room. And then let me just expatiate on what we'll be talking about in those rooms today. The risk in relationship, that you have taken and the reward that you have taken as well. Risk in relationship. So I beg your pardon, risk in relationship and reward that you have gained as well, because of course it's a social investment that we're talking about, and Mr. President really hit on relationship while he was speaking. So today we're going to be talking about the risk that you have taken and the reward you got from that risk that you took in that relationship. So that's what we'll be discussing in our breakout rooms today. I already see a room popping up on my screen. I could just hit join, but it means I'll leave here right now, and I don't want to do that right now. So please hit join. It'll take you to that room automatically, and you can just go right ahead and have this conversation. The risk you have taken in that relationship and the reward you got from taking that risk. That is what we'll be doing today in our breakout room. So join the rooms. They're popping up on your screen. If I see you still in this room, I'm just going to call out your name because I really want you to gain something today. Emmanuel said, click on the room and join immediately. I'm sure you'll be glad that you did. I've got some more people that are in here. Let me just quickly mention a couple of names. So this is serious business. Samuel, join a breakout room, please. Abubakar, please join a breakout room. Crusoe, please join a breakout room. Patience, ensure that you have clicked on a breakout room and you have joined real quick. Miss Quality, please go ahead and join a breakout room. Want to ensure that you are in that room and you are talking about the risks in relationship and the reward that you have gotten from taking that risk. Remember, as soon as you get into the room, you can appoint a moderator in that room and just immediately, don't waste any time, start talking about the risk one after the other, the risk you have taken and the reward you have gained from taking that risk. Once you get into the room, just do that real quick. Remember, we don't have all of the time, so ensure that you make use of the time right now. Join the room as I speak. Clarence, Webby, join the room real quick. Just go right ahead, join in. Appoint a moderator and talk about the risk that you have taken and the reward that you have gotten from taking that risk. Joshua, you need to join a room.
Master KG. DJ Lingimo. DJ Mobile.
So join the room. Appoint a moderator. Introduce yourselves, and then go right ahead and talk about the risk and one reward that you have gained from taking that risk. A.Y.E team members to join rooms, separate rooms, and try and coordinate the rooms. Please, A.Y.E members still in this room, join separate rooms immediately. Thank you very much. And try to coordinate. Remember that you help them choose the moderator, introduce themselves, and let them discuss one of the risks or reward that they got from, of course, taking that risk. So please, A.Y.E team members that are in this room as I speak, join breakout rooms, separate breakout rooms, so you can coordinate and see that it is going smoothly. Please do that as I speak. Thank you very much. Do that real quick. If you're just joining us, so I think I've seen Patience here for a while. Patience, please join a breakout room. Clarence, Webby, ensure that you join a breakout room as well. It would be smart that you do that. That would help you, of course, discuss what we have been talking about today, and what Mr. President has really broken into pieces. It helps you now do the practical of it in that room, where you get to talk about the risk that you have taken and the reward that you have gotten from that risk. So please, Hope Smart, I see that you're just joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to make sure that Hope Smart's audio is connecting before I tell Hope Smart what's the Monica also has joined in. Thank you so much for joining, Monica. Right now, we are in the breakout sessions. We are in our breakout rooms. So please join our breakout room. We are discussing the risks that you have taken and the reward that you got from taking that risk. Water, I see you. Thank you for joining. Please join a breakout room. There are breakout rooms open from room 1 to 7. That is what we're doing right now. We just finished listening to the powerful message, courtesy Mr. President. And right now it's time for the practical of that message. So we are in breakout rooms. Join any breakout room and just really talk about the risk and the reward, because that's the first subtopic for this series for, of course, this week. Join the breakout rooms as I speak, and then you can, join the conversation as well. Juliana James, I see that you have joined in. Welcome, welcome. Join a breakout room so you get to have the conversation that we are in right now in all of the breakout rooms. Please do that as I speak. We have a couple more minutes left in the room. Hope Smart, I hope you can hear me now. Please join a breakout room. Crusoe, please join a breakout room. Monica and Juliana and Water, join a breakout room real quick. That would help you discuss the risks and rewards that you got from taking the risk. Okay, so I think I've got an observation. First off, if you're using a computer, it kind of pops up below the screen. It tells you, you click on that, you see the list of the rooms you can join. And if you're using a phone as well, I think it pops up at the bottom of your screen as well. So you can just click on that and that would help you join a room. Because right now on my computer, I can see right below this my screen where it's telling me to, join any of these rooms. It has like the whole list of rooms from 1 to 7. I'm hoping that you have that as well. And then you can also do that maybe with your phone. If you're using your phone, maybe check the bottom of your screen. Hopefully it would pop up where it says you can join whatever room that is showing right there.
No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you. No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you. That will lead you. That will lead you. Remember the road that will lead you home. No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home. That will lead you home. No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home. No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home. That will lead you home. That will lead you home.
excited. I'm so sure that we did some practicals in the room that we broke out to. I would have loved to hear what you did, but I'm sure you did well. And we'll have more of this next week when we come. And remember, it's going to be a brand new subtopic next week. Same series, but subtopic. So ensure that you don't miss it and invite people to join in. Now, let me just quickly remind you all that this is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Weekly Assembly. And this happens every Saturday at 6 p.m. GMT +1. It means that it's 1 hour earlier than how we used to at the time that we used to do it a couple of weeks back. But this is better, I think. I love this. So ensure that you remind people that you're trying to invite. That is now 1 hour earlier. It is now 6 p.m. GMT +1 every Saturday. Now you can join the weekly assembly as a volunteer by sending a WhatsApp message to the number showing right here on your screen. I hope it pops up in a moment. You can send a WhatsApp message to that number to be a volunteer for the weekly assembly. It has also been posted in the chat room as I speak. So just, you can go right there as well and check the number out, save it on your device, and ensure that you send the WhatsApp message to be a volunteer at the weekly assembly. All right. There, you can also share your broadcast and broadcast the link across all social media platforms. You can share the link www.ayeorganization.com/assembly. Share the link www.ayeorganization.com/assembly. Once you click on that, it sends all of the link to you as well, so that you can click on that link as long as the meeting starts. Ensure that you don't click on the link before the meeting starts. Once it's time and we are live, that is at that moment that you click on the link and join it. Now, if you're attending for the first time, remember to fill the register link in case you missed it when I said it earlier. The register link is still in the chat box. You can click on that and fill out the information that will be asked of you in that link, so we get to, of course, know you, contact you, and be involved in your life, basically. So ensure that you join and click on that link and register if you're joining for the first time. Now, I would like to inform you that we also have some events on Clubhouse, and this happens every Monday, or from Mondays to Sundays every week. So what you do is just follow A.Y.E on Clubhouse and click on the notification bells, and voila, you get notified for every time we're in any of our Clubhouse events speaking. So remember to join the Clubhouse and be a member as well. Now, follow A.Y.E Organization. It's simply at A.Y.E Organization, all one word, at A.Y.E Organization on all social media platforms, so you can keep abreast of what is happening in the organization. You're informed, you are aware, nothing is shocking you because you're in the organization. Once there's any information, you get it. So ensure that you follow us, follow A.Y.E across all social media platforms. And this is important. If you would love to support and donate, you see what we do, you love what we do, you want to impact as well in the way that you can, and you want to donate to the organization, the donation link has been posted again in the chat room. Your donations are used to support and empower African entrepreneurs. That is what A.Y.E is about. We're doing it with our words, we're doing it with our action. You can join as well and do it with your donation, so that we can impact the lives of young African entrepreneurs, empower them, and support them. There is a link in the chat room as I speak for those of you that would love to donate to this cause. Ensure that you do that, and you would be glad that you did, because you don't know how many people, how many lives, how many entrepreneurs, how many Africans you would be empowering, how many Africans you would be helping. So ensure that you just join the chat box right now, and just you'll see the link there to send your donations. Just click on that link and follow the prompt. It is really easy. It's very, very understandable as well. All right, so that's the link for being a member. There is also a link that will pop up in the chat box for your donation. That said, it has been an awesome time, guys. You would agree with me that it has been fun. It has been The knowledge that I got today, I cannot get it anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, people actually pay for things like this, but we're here getting it for free. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for always coming through for us, for doing what you know how to do best. And I really want to pray for you that your knowledge would not cease to continue to impact in our lives, so we can impact in our surrounding as well. Like we know, it is the circle of life impacting us, so we can follow the circle and go around and impact other people. So thank you so much. And everybody who's joined today, it has been a wonderful time looking at your beautiful faces, smiling at me, waving at me, dancing to the music, networking. It has been wonderful. Thank you so much for joining. Next week would be another amazing sub-topic from this series. You don't want to miss it. 6 p.m. GMT +1 is the time. Share the link. Tell your friends, tell your lovers, tell your enemies. Maybe you guys will end up becoming friends. Just let them get in here and enjoy everything that you will be enjoying next week as well. All right, it's time for another interesting part, the mantra. Are you ready? I'm excited. Okay, so it says, if you can achieve this much alone, you would respond with, how much more can we achieve together? So like Mr. President is locking his hands together, we can do that because that's our symbol of togetherness and collective success. Awesome. All right, Africa's young entrepreneurs, are you ready? Great. So Africa's young entrepreneurs, if you can achieve this much alone, how much more can we achieve together? All right. That was great. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to see you again next week. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be impactful. I love you so much. Mwah, 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 mwah.
C'est là-bas que j'aime aller. Son cœur ne connaît pas de frontières. Chez elle, on peut danser, pieds nus en regardant vers la mer. Il y a en elle 10 000 couleurs. Le soleil et la terre s'invitent chez elle, c'est le bonheur. Chez mama, Africa. Chez mama, Africa. C'est là-bas que j'aime aller. Maman dit toujours la vérité. Son rire fait fuir les sombres nuages. Dieu, à ce qu'il paraît, aurait fait l'homme à son image. Chez mama, Africa. Chez mama, Africa. Chez mama, Africa. Chez mama, Africa. C'est là-bas que j'aime aller. Son cœur ne connaît pas de frontières. Chez elle, on peut danser, pieds nus en regardant vers la mer. Il y a en elle 10 000 couleurs. Le soleil et la terre s'invitent chez elle, c'est le bonheur.